Namaskar, July 26, 2020. Number 1. Top 5 FDI inflow. During 2019-20, India received the maximum FDI equity inflow from number 1. Singapore, number 2. Mauritius, number 3. Netherlands, number 4. USA, and number 5. Japan. Number 2. Justice B.K. Sarma Committee, a high-level committee constituted by the Union Home Ministry under chairmanship of Justice retired Biplab Kumar Sharma. The committee was set up to make suggestions to implement Clause 6 of the Assam Accord, which promises safeguards to Assamese people. Admissions are going on for a new online batch for APSC Prelims. Number 3. Biosecurity. It is defined as institutional and personal security measures designed to prevent the loss, theft, misuse, diversion, or intentional release of pathogens and toxins. Biosafety. It is the containment principles, technologies, and practices that are implemented to prevent unintentional exposure to pathogens and toxins or their accidental release. Number 4. Assam Accord. The Assam Accord was a memorandum of settlement signed between the representatives of the Government of India and the leaders of the Assam movement in Delhi on 15th of August 1985. The accord brought an end to the Assam agitation. As per the accord, those Bangladeshis who came between 1966 and 1971 will be barred for voting for 10 years. The accord also mentions that the international borders will be sealed and all persons who cross over from Bangladesh after 1971 are to be deported. Number 5. Unlawful Activities Prevention Act UAPA was passed in 1967 and aims at effective prevention of unlawful activities in India. Unlawful activity refers to any action taken by an individual or association intended to disrupt the territorial integrity and sovereignty of India. The Act assigns absolute power to the central government, by way of which, if the center deems an activity as unlawful, then it may, by way of an official gazette, declare it so. It has death penalty and life imprisonment as highest punishments. Number 6. PRADHAN MANTRI AWAS YOJANA Urban PMAY Urban Program is launched by the Ministry of Housing and Urban Poverty Alleviation. It envisions provision of housing for all by 2022 through some rehabilitation with participation of private developers using land as a resource, provision of affordable housing for weaker section through credit-linked subsidy, affordable housing in partnership with public and private sectors, subsidy for beneficiary-led individual house construction enhancement. Number 7. Biological pest control. Biological control or biocontrol is a method of controlling pests such as insects, mites, weeds, and plant diseases using other organisms. It relies on predation, parasitism, herbivory, or other natural mechanisms, but typically also involves an active human management role. Number 8. Free Trade Area. FTAs are arrangements between two or more countries or trading blocs that primarily agree to reduce or eliminate customs, tariff, and non-tariff barriers on substantial trade between them. FTAs normally cover trade in goods such as agricultural or industrial products, or trade in services such as banking, construction, trading, etc. FTAs can also cover other areas such as intellectual property rights (IPRs), investment, government procurement, and competition policy, etc. 9. Directorate General of Civil Aviation. DGCA is the regulatory body in the field of civil aviation, primarily dealing with safety issues. It is responsible for regulation of air transport services to and from within India and for enforcement of civil air regulations, air safety, and airworthiness standards. The DGCA also coordinates all regulatory functions with the International Civil Aviation Organization. Number 10, Clause 6 of Assam Accord. It deals with constitutional, legislative and administrative safeguards. It says that constitutional, legislative and administrative safeguards as may be appropriate shall be provided to protect, preserve and promote the cultural, social, linguistic identity and heritage of the Assamese people. Thank you. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and do follow us on Facebook for regular updates.